You got Jacobs, who's going to be a workhorse. Let's start there. I think where he's going, he is an extreme value right now because he's on that franchise tag, and I think they are going to just run him and work him into the ground and then let him go after the season. And I think it's criminal. I think he's going as running back 10 right now. And I will take that all day long. How do you feel about that?
I think that the value is for sure there. I think the biggest concern people have is when they're looking at that spot and they're making that decision between Jacobs and say, probably Tony Pollard, Ramondre's in that same range. That 340 carry workload he had last year is a little concerning for everybody, rightfully so. Any running back that ever had that much work the second year, the next year, they have underperformed. But I would also say that any of those people that have done so probably aren't drafted as the RB10 the following year. They're probably the RB2 or 3, and there's disappointment in that. You're drafting him to be, if he finishes, I don't know, 5 spots lower than where he's being drafted, you're still getting a decent enough value. I think he's going to be exactly like you said, worked it, just running to the ground. Jimmy G's not going to spread the ball too deep, so they're going to be short to intermediate. I think he can see that workload in the receiving game as well. I don't find myself getting a ton of them, though, as of yet in any leagues. But maybe after tonight, maybe I'll change that. Maybe you have persuaded me to go the Josh Jacobs route. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. In that range he's falling, right around Ramondre. I mean, typically I've been taking Ramondre in my mock drafts before Jacobs. But that's just because Ramondre's been there. Had he not been there, I would have taken Jacobs and I would have felt just fine about it. Then I just lean a little bit heavier towards Ramondre this season. But I think he's going to be one of the safest running backs you could have, obviously barring injury this year, because I think that volume is going to be there, and there's not a whole lot of competition behind him.
Oh, is there any competition behind him realistically? I mean, what is it? Zamir White is probably the
There's some truthers out there.
I'm sure there are. Yep. Those truthers are just waiting for that 340 rush attempt plateau to break him and him be out, and then trust in that. I wouldn't myself, but hey, you know what? You got to take somebody around the RB 60 range. Might as well be Zamir White, right?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?